Confederation of Indian Industry, or CII, is not just a lobbying body. It is the apex organization of Indian businesses, and as such, often the first sounding board for the government when it comes to corporate reforms or tax revisions. Sanjiv Puri, head of the Atta to Agarbatti conglomerate ITC, which also makes cigarettes, has just taken over as the head of CII, and it couldn't have come at a more crucial time. After the elections, a new coalition government has come in, and the question is, will it continue with the reforms of the last 3-4 years, right from Atmanirbhar Bharat to all the big capital spending that Nirmala Sitharaman had in her budgets over the last few years? So the question is, will it continue, or will the industry have to face a new reality of a new government? Puri spoke about his expectations from the budget in an exclusive interview with The Week. Here are some excerpts.
So, first of all, let me start by saying that India has achieved an 8% plus growth at a time when the rest of the world has been under stress. So that's in itself an exceptional performance. Now, India has a demographic advantage. Therefore, there's a need to create a lot of good quality jobs, no doubt about it. So what is it that should be done? What should be the way forward? I think the broad approach of growth and creating quality of jobs is around the model that's so far being adopted by the government, which is more an investment-led growth, investment creating jobs, consumption, and therefore creating a virtuous cycle. So I think, first of all, we need to look at some of the next generation reforms, which actually are between the state and the center.
Yes.
Land, labor, agriculture, power, and so on and so forth, to unlock the productivity of the economy. That's number one. Number two, we believe that the private capex, which also serves a purpose besides generating employment, also strengthens the competitiveness of the economy, reduces logistics costs, increase accessibility for people to various services that may not be available in their location. So it adds a lot of productivity to the economy. So that should go up by 25%. And there can be greater thrust in rural areas. See, it's all. I don't think these two are completely divorced from each other. I think it's very clearly industry has a very important role to play. Whatever items I'm saying, it is not that it is just for policymakers to do, but that is also the enablers that industry has to leverage to orchestrate next horizon of growth. So I'm just going to talk about 3 or 4 things, and I will also come to private investment. While manufacturing, if I look at the manufacturing sector, we're seeing that this sector is reviving in a significant way with certain fresh investments that have come in. There is also an opportunity on sectors that have high employment intensity, where the employment to capital ratio is high. So these are sectors like, toys, apparel, textiles, wood-based, even retail, tourism, media, entertainment. These are industries. So these are the industries that need to be provided further impetus. For this, we are recommending an employment-linked incentive with some outcome metrics, right? And a lot of investment needs to go on human capital development, skilling, education, healthcare. And of course, industry also needs to do its bit as far as that is concerned. Even for rural areas, we are suggesting some integrated development hub where even CII can open up model career centers and so on and so forth. Again, joint responsibility. Now, as far as investment is concerned, let me say that private sector is investing. The investment as a percentage of GDP Last year was actually, this is last to last, 20 to 23 is 23.8. But the trajectory is upward. It is higher than the highest pre-COVID. In several years, it is the highest. It's in the right direction. And I think this is also a result of the fact that a lot of good enablers are in place. The rationalization of the corporate income tax, the PLI schemes, ease of doing business, the interventions on logistics, free trade agreements, the technology tie-ups that have been enabled through bilateral G2G agreements. So all of these are providing the opportunity, and we are seeing the investment go up. Some portion of it, not entirely, some portion of it. The larger approach is on a reform to unlock the potential of the economy to make it more productive, right? That's a larger piece of it. Within that, capex is one part of it. I see no reason that should change because we've got benefits of it. The economy is doing well, economy is in a solid foundation. Capex in particular increases the productive capacity of the economy besides creating jobs, right? So and we believe that given the impact it has had, there is reason to continue or even accelerate the pace of reforms. No, highways and all have to go because they're increasing productive capacity of the economy, right? And these are all very essential requirements. Specifically on rural, I think we should cognize for the fact that some of the stress is on account of factors like the climate issue.
Okay.
And on overall the cost basis having gone up, particularly in the past because of external factors. Mm-hmm. At one point of time, fertilizers, those costs really went up. So it's on account of external factors, geopolitical issues. So, but managed, I would say, comparatively very well in India. So, given that, okay, this is the background, but where do we go from here? And where do we go from here? I think the issue is to look at how to build productivity in agriculture and how to build resilience in agriculture. Right. There are certain policy instruments that are already in play. Farmer collectives, digital. Mm-hmm. It has to be, maybe we have to take it to the next level to create clusters, create some ecosystems for leveraging technology in agriculture. And the second piece is on the social infrastructure, is about skilling, education, healthcare, so that the promoting the spirit of entrepreneurship, so that the people in rural are also available as resources to partner in the broader economy. So there we are also suggesting creation of integrated rural development hubs, where all of these facilities can be converged, and it can be around a cluster of villages. And it is possible to do it today because connectivity is much better. Labor, agriculture, power. Okay. So these are actually those are the areas where we are saying the next phase of transformation. Labor. Continue on the fiscal glide path. Continue to invest in the very important areas of public capex, social infrastructure, agriculture, and creating the centers of excellence in tourism.